Hi, this is Nicholas Newman. As you may know, I am an Oxford-based energy consultant based in the university town of Oxford. And for those who did not know, I have been an energy consultant and international energy journalist for many years. Right, today I'm going to talk about the future of energy prices in the European area. For a start, it does look like that the current upward trend in energy prices that Europe has been experiencing for the last couple of years is coming to an end. And probably it is going to start to plateau or even to decline by the end of 2014. There are a number of reasons why that is. For instance, we'll talk about the gas sector. There is already a surplus of natural gas, either imported from abroad, from countries like Nigeria, in LNG tankers, or Qatar, or from Algeria by pipeline, or from Russia. I mean, we are seeing at the moment Gazprom is having a lot of trouble selling its gas in the European market. Gazprom is having a special trouble because of the recession, has cut drastically demand for electricity, and the power generation is the biggest consumer of natural gas. And coal is a lot cheaper than natural gas. So a lot of European power utilities have been switching to coal generation and putting into cold storage their gas power stations because it's not economic. As a result, the European wholesale price for electricity has dropped like a stone. We have also seen that the Gazprom has to renegotiate its oil index long-term contracts to its industrial customers. The industrial customers like Électricité de France, for instance, and Ruhrgas have demanded that prices have got to be reduced, which has been a problem for Gazprom. Also, what has made matters worse for the gas market from Gazprom's point of view is that a lot of the companies have been selling their surplus gas on the spot market, and this has further reduced prices. In the longer term, we're likely to see in the next 2 years the first imports of US shale gas. This is going to further reduce prices in the European market and going to make a lot of Gazprom's grand projects in the Arctic Circle, etc., which are hideously expensive, uneconomic. We've already seen, for instance, this with delays to the progress on development of Stockman, which is near Archangel. Originally it was going to be developed to supply the US market, but now America is self-sufficient in natural gas and will become a net exporter of natural gas. Russia is facing new competition. This is going to be interesting. It's not surprising that Russia is now looking east. The trouble with that, it also faces competition. It is only a minor player on the Asia-Pacific gas market. Australia and Qatar and Indonesia and Malaysia are much more important gas suppliers, who can also produce gas at a much cheaper rate than coming out of than is available from the island of Sakhalin. It is fortunate for Russia that Novatek, the domestic rival to Gazprom, is coming on stream in 2 to 3 years' time in the Yamal Peninsula project. There it has followed Western practices and so should be able to compete with Indonesian prices, export prices, much to the annoyance of the leadership in inefficient Gazprom. Trouble is, Gazprom is really the old Ministry of Energy and is in need of serious reform. Its current organisational status is not really in the interests of the Kremlin's national interest, whether economic or political, and it's not really in the interest. And it's not really in the interests of Russian taxpayers or long-term economic development of the country. Anyway, further, if you look in the next 5 to 10 years, new, cheaper gas supplies are going to be available in the world markets. These will be Mozambique, South Africa and Tanzania, which are much closer to the surface and consequently much cheaper to extract and produce gas. This is going to further reduce prices in not only the Asian Pacific market but also the Atlantic region as well. We're already seeing with surpluses of increased African production that long planned expansion in production in Angola and Nigeria, which was destined for the American and European markets, is now having to be exported to the Chinese, Japanese, South Korean, Taiwan and South Asian markets. However, we are finding that as these fast developing countries are evolving, their economic structure is changing, so they're becoming a lot more efficient at using gas for production purposes. So anyway, basically there's a lot more gas around, and interestingly enough that same picture is starting to appear with oil, and we're seeing unconventional oil production all over the world increasing, and in America has cut back on its imports of oil, so again having a similar ripple effect around the world. And with the normalization of relations with Iran, there should be an increased amount of oil on the oil markets, and this is already, we're seeing a decline in prices, and this together with reductions in gas prices should have a net positive effect on economic growth for all parts of the world, which can be quite probably an extra 3 to 5% over the next couple of years. So this should help kickstart the world's economic recovery. That's why I say 2014 industrial consumers can look forward to cheaper prices in the long term. Thank you. That is the end of this short blogcast.